Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Gamerman here, and welcome back to Railroader once again. I'm kind of ecstatic. Oh wait, wow, that actually does help my microphone. Okay, we'll leave that running. Um, we haven't been doing much on the railroad. I really haven't touched anything. I've just changed a couple of things. Uh, for example, one of the things I changed was the whistles on some of these locomotives have changed. Because I got a new whistle mod that adds a absolute ton of whistles, which I think is wonderful and awesome. But there are a few things that we forgot. Like, for example, the stencil stuff is still waiting to be moved, which is kind of a dilemma. So we need to get that all moved and situated as soon as possible. So we're going to send that there. A 3 should have everything for interchange. If I take a look-see, yeah, definitely looks like everything for interchange has been grabbed, and whatever hasn't been grabbed is already here. So we'll just connect that up there. The railroad is still struggling when it comes to income, though. And that's a problem because we desperately need to get more money so that we can buy more of the fleet. The 3 is going to run out of water by the time it arrives. But we do have a new locomotive on the railroad here, the 12. Now, the reason why it is number 12 is obviously we have engines 1 through 11, so 12 was naturally the next step in the agenda. 5 is still a hard-working workhorse and is definitely doing well. Zip needs to find a task because it still works the grain trains essentially. It's still working the grain, and it looks like it actually needs to go and take care of that right about now because it looks like we're almost fully stocked up on the grain train. So the 9 can handle that job, but it is La 3 that is handling main road freights, and that is where our problem arises. Because if we look, it's almost 1,000 tons. It's just about too much for this little engine to handle. And with us having a limited fleet, the 3 is probably going to get replaced by the 12. Because the 12 is a much more powerful locomotive, and it has way more gear, considering that it is the C55 locomotive, and it will it's gonna take over the goods trains is what's gonna happen here. It's gonna take over the goods. Yeah, it's gonna take over the goods trains. That's what's gonna happen. Is the 12 is gonna take over the east and westbounds now. So we're just gonna have to prepare for that. I've also removed the weather mod because it was causing such a headache to get things done. Where is my 11? Okay, 11 is still being constructed. 11 is going to specifically be helping over in the uh, Whittier lumber. So it's going to have to take care of all that work as soon as it's finished. Which it should be done. Oh, it'll be done in 5 days. Do we have the supplies for that? Yes, we do. We just don't have the money to expedite the repair process on the locomotive, which is a factor in these things. Interchange we could probably schedule another one for. Most likely, that is what we're gonna end up doing, is scheduling an additional interchange, just so we have work to do. coal is starting to look like it's about ready to come down the branch. But I'm thinking that it might just be time to figure out what we're gonna do with our fleets of smaller mechanics. Why is 12 not? Why? What 3, what's your vendetta? You need to go past that. It might be that the main line wasn't thrown. Because we have signals all the way to Brooks. And the next objective is to just start getting large machinery. Whether or not that machinery has to be used or not used. B-48 Pacific. That's a detriment, actually. That's not going to help us. A Mastodon with a... Let's see. Mastodon with a C-55. That's also not good. A T-22... Wow, there's really not much. There is this RS-1. That RS-1 would be pretty useful. But we just don't have the capacity to use it is the thing. Okay, well, if one's arrived, who else is moving? Ah. Our passenger train. Is it starting to leave people behind? It is starting to leave people behind. That's not good. That's very bad. That legitimately means that the 2 scheduled passenger trains I have are not enough. Either that, or we just have to buy another passenger car and slap it onto the train. Also, the passenger trains now have new lettering. It's kind of clipping a little on these cars. But that's okay. So what I'm gonna do here... Follow, please. Change the lettering to something that fits the train cars a little better. The only issue is I don't know whether I should just schedule another passenger train, which would cost a ton of money. But we do have the motive power to just grant us another train. Send you on your way. But who would carry it is the question. Who would carry the passenger train? Because we need these two, because these two are our brutes at the moment. Warhorse is watching TV behind me, by the way. So I don't know if you can hear her laughing. So anyway, we might just have to actually take out a loan. How much of a loan would we need to grant us a powerhouse? Something that would really do well. We could go new, which is an option, or we could go used and get a powerhouse through here. Let's see. Another decapod wouldn't be bad, but it's not really passenger. We already have a C-55. Another American wouldn't do terribly. A T-22. What is the T-22? Isn't that the smaller? That's some. Yeah, no, that's no. That's the Southern F1. But not with that tender. Ooh, 12 honey, what is going on? Are you okay? Fair enough. This one we could get our hands on, and it has a repair cap of 100%. This one, with the extra water and fuel capacity, wouldn't be a bad idea, and we'd only need an additional $1,000 to make it happen. So I think, wholeheartedly, when all of this gets dropped off at interchange, we might just have enough to get ourselves an engine that might just do the trick. We'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to cut real quick, and we're going to see what happens. That was exactly what we needed. The 3 has arrived. It finally got cut. Everything dropped off. Oh! No! We're $100 short! Crap baskets! Why? And 3 is low on water. I know you're low on water. You just dropped off passengers. Where's the money? Where's the money for dropping off those passengers? Yes! Okay, we've got it now. We've got it, we've got it, we've got it, we've got it. We're going to get this new powerhouse, and it's going to do everything we want it to do. Okay. T-22, mine. Oh, God. Okay, the port T-22 is not looking that healthy. That's okay. We can customize it and make it better. Okay, so we did, in fact, buy this new engine, and I have thoroughly deduced that from this point forward, at least with this particular class, all of the engines will have their class number and their official road number. So the 22 class will only be the only class that carries its official class number and road number. So they're the only ones that do. Thankfully, it's not that badly beat up, which means, excuse me, my voice today, we can take it and send it to the shop and get it basically rebuilt. And so once it's finished, we'll have another engine to essentially get the work done on the railroad. Or at least that's the hope. I wanted to cut out the fluff of me customizing the engine because it didn't feel like a necessity. And now Mary's crying at her cat for some reason. Why? Oh, goodness. What I'm trying to figure out is why the road number is where it is. Because I don't have the Q road number on. Would you please stop? I don't know. You've got a lot of D-list movies, so I'm a little concerned about picking a film.
A lot of D-list.
Aquarium
The only D-list I have are Zombies 2,
of the Dead, clearly.
Aquarium of the Dead, and maybe The Mummy.
The Mummy is not D-list. The original is not a D-list movie. I find that insulting. Okay.
Because the prosthetics on it are really bad.
That's not D-list. That was classic. That was like super spooky for the time.
Oh, I know. My mom was screaming through the whole film.
Okay. So 221 is gonna go get repaired. Answer. What? What'd you say?
Which is the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie?
The movie Pirates of the Caribbean.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How am I supposed to know? I didn't watch Pirates of the Caribbean. That's gonna get flack from my audience. I did technically watch a bit of Pirates of the Caribbean. But did I watch all of it? No, I didn't. So that's gonna start wars somewhere. Okay, I actually do prefer it without the pilot dots and the driver dots.
Which one's the first Star Wars?
The Phantom Menace. If you're talking about chronologically, The Phantom Menace is the first Star Wars movie. If you're talking about release, A New Hope is the first release. Then the first Star Wars movie is The Phantom Menace.
Hey, at least you don't have Star Trek.
Hey, Star Trek's not bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah. 221 is our first T-22 locomotive. And we're probably going to have a fleet of T-22s, so that's why I have it numbered that way. I think I already mentioned that. But I'm going to wait until I figure out what I'm going to do next, and then we'll come back. All right. So 9 is now working the grain. And in theory, we should have plenty of time to just wait on getting the rest of the grain, because yeah, we still have these 2 hoppers left. So we're just going to wait on these hoppers to get finished before we do anything else with them. So I'm going to have 9 move the grain to couple up to the caboose at least, so that everything's out of the way. And then we can just grab the rest of it and move on. How is 3 holding up? It's about to bring 221 into its stable. According to the report, it shouldn't take that long to rebuild this locomotive, or at least get it patched up. So as long as we get it patched up and ready to move, it'll be able to take over some of the workload. The real question is, how long is that workload gonna... How long is it gonna take? 2 days. I can wait 2 days. So yeah, we'll just park it here in the shop. Alright. 6 is just about done with its turnaround. It'll be ready to head eastbound for its last train of the day. I'm trying to figure out what's left to do, because honestly, the only other thing I can think of to do is schedule another interchange. That's really about all I can do. Railroad's kind of at a stalemate at the moment. I haven't really done anything on camera that I haven't done off camera. I was just desperately trying to, you know, raise money and what have you. But I'm wondering what's next for the line. I guess I could, off camera, expand it to Nantahala, but at the same time, I'm thinking that it would be smarter to expand to Alarka and send the trains up Alarka branch instead. But it's always an interesting predicament, because either way, I'm going to open up an industry. If I open up to Alarka, I'm going to open up all of the industries at Alarka itself. It's in progress to build to Alarka, and I remember that that's kind of what we were already working on. So, three, I'm just gonna have back up to here for now. I think the division that each of the T-22s works for is the division that will be on the side of the tent of the cab. So this one's going to be stationed in Bryson or Whittier? Well, that's me. It's already here in Bryson. Might as well keep it stationed here. If I get an additional T-22... then I will establish it in a different zone. And I'm thinking about having one of a T-22 in each roundhouse area. So like having one in Bryson, one in Dillsboro, one for Silva, like the paperboard and what have you. And then maybe... let's see, there'd be one for Whittier, one for Dills and Silva. Oh, shoot. Oh my god, I never got any of this taken care of. How dumb am I? This engine's been 4 has been sitting here doing nothing, and I totally forgot that I had this stuff from the east. Well, how silly am I? How could I possibly forget that? The 10's down here too. So the 10 could easily be helping out. I think the 10 is the one that brought the eastbound down. Oh, that reminds me. Did I set this one to have the new whistle for it? I didn't. I found a better whistle for it in this pack. Yes, there are a lot of whistles. A lot of whistles. I also don't want an engine that's numbered 13. Not like superstitious or anything, but I feel like even having one in-game would be a bad idea. So I guess there is more work we can do. I completely forgot about that. Well, in that case, let's not schedule the interchange just yet. Boop. Excellent. Smokey Joe was the passenger train for, like, the longest time. Let's see. If 6's timetable shouldn't be complete. It should have just started. Or at least been near to starting. Okay. There's a lot of dead air right now, so I'm gonna cut till I'm done with this switching real quick. Okay, so the good news is, paperboard's all sorted out. Bad news is, the 4 is right now the only one viable to go all the way up to Wilmot and pick up what it needs. Because it's got to go up here and collect these 2 cars. Because the one is still occupied. I don't have enough manpower for this. I really don't. I need more engineers. I really need more engineers. But that is okay, because we're going to make this work. Let's see. The oil is all done. Nani? Who 7? Oh, shoot. Hi, 7. I have a funny feeling you were supposed to be rescuing people. Well, you know what? Better late than never. Forget your timetable. Right now, these passengers should have been dropped off forever ago. Alright, so the railroad is still in semi-full swing. There isn't much that's able to be done. The problem is that money is increasingly tight, and without the help of, I don't know, a really big contract, we're not going to really have anything. You need to go all the way back to where you started. It took me trying to get the train for the passenger train to go all the way to Bryson for me to realize that it didn't stop and pick up any of its passengers. That's not smart. Now here's my question. I don't know what left. I don't know what left to do. I don't. Oh well, I guess I could take the Robinson Gap stuff. Let's see here. If I line this up. Let's see. I think the 5's got one more run left in it. Yeah. Let's see. So, yeah, 5's really the only other engine I can dispatch right now. Nothing else can be. Because there is nothing else. Well, repair parts, repair parts. Do a little bit of yard work, I guess, is an option. Like I said, there isn't much to do. The railroad's rather small, and the force needs more to do. But I can't really think of anything else that can be done. I wonder if an express would be a good idea. Like a legit express passenger train that just runs between here at Bryson, Whittier, and Dillsboro. That would not be a bad idea. But I don't think I can afford that. I'll have to work on that idea. I'll workshop it into the next episode of Railroader. Alright, well I'm going to end this episode here because honestly, there isn't much going on, but I'm definitely going to do some work off camera and get this railroad a bit more hectic and a bit more busy. But we're waiting on the repairs for the 221. And we're still waiting on the 11. But here's my thought process. If we finish the build of the 11, I think we could open up, instead of the paperboard, I think we could open the paperboard if we get the 11 fixed. Because if the 11 gets repaired, it has the capacity to handle the distance. I think that would work really well, having both the paperboard and the tannery up and moving. Be a good idea. just for a little extra traffic. But this poor little 8 is still waiting on his next job. So, I'll catch you guys around next time. If you liked the video and you want to see more videos like this, hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification button, become part of the gamer team. Check out Dovey Energy, and be sure to support me in any way possible. I have multiple ways of support. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.